All right, we're live.
I made a logo.
Wow.
Hello there, my name is Kestra Harris. Welcome back to my personal podcast. It's called Hecking Excitement.
You don't know the name.
We are doing so well with this podcast. I know the name and everything. It's called Hecking Excited, Season 1, Episode number 2. And this time, we have a special guest. And his name is Sean Strain or John Denver, just depending on how you're feeling that specific day.
John Denver?
Yeah, hello, I'm Sean Strain / John Denver. I am both. I am
Well,
one.
how are you dubbed John Denver?
You know,
I know the singer John Denver.
yeah, John Denver passed away and I was born
On the same day.
on the same day.
So can we get a little country roads right now?
Oh, you know, we could, but I don't think the world's ready for it.
Nope.
We could, but we're not.
I haven't deemed that the world's ready for my career to kick off
No.
yet. We're not.
Right
not
now.
ready for it. I don't know.
We
You
got a
know, the
recording studio in the
bronchitis,
back.
really, it's holding me back.
Actually,
You're drinking
it's
tea,
one of the
you're good
words
to
that
go.
you say wrong.
That's not true.
It's called bronchitis.
Bronchitis.
Yeah.
What other words have I been pronouncing wrong, actually? Like, I understand that you Canadians are much closer
Yes.
to the English who
Right.
invented English.
Right,
Little known
exactly.
fact.
We basically were birthed by England.
Yeah, so I'm wondering what other words we Americans are pronouncing incorrectly.
Zucchini,
Zucchini.
lasagna.
Lasagna.
That's what you've been pronouncing wrong your whole life.
Lasagna isn't even an American word. It's not even an English
Lasagna?
word. It's not-
Lasagna is an English word,
No, it's
just not down
Italian
here.
word.
It's
It's
a
up there.
traditional English dish.
There you go.
No.
All right, so I brought Sean Strain on today because we have a lot of things that we are participating in together, such as literature class.
That's right. It's a
There you
wild
go.
time. Shout out to Stephen Graff.
Last week we actually talked about my literature class book
Oh,
that
wow.
we were reading. At the time it was American Rust
American Rust.
in the Rust Belt of Pennsylvania. But now we're reading something different. We're reading a book called The Butcher Boy.
I'm
The
only
Butcher
120
Boy?
pages behind.
The Butcher Boy.
That sounds terrible.
It is pretty
It is
bad.
terrible.
Like,
We
it
actually-
sounds awful. Like,
It's not written in English.
No, it's written in Irish, which you think is the same language. It's not.
no.
It's not.
So we got a couple things to discuss on air today. The first thing that I thought that we should bring up is the structural integrity of the milk jug. So you know how in America there are milk jugs?
Yes.
Yes, we do not bag our milk, yes.
Yes, but we in Canada bag our milk. So I've always wondered, why is there a dent in the milk jug? Like, you know that little dent that there's on
The
either
divot.
side? The little divot.
Mhm.
Do you know why that it's there?
Well, yeah, I mean, that divot is there so that you can, like, in a cafeteria setting, like, pop it open and you have a little spout to drink out of.
That's the wrong
Definitely
divot.
not true.
Is that not what we're talking? I thought
We're
that's
talking
what.
about the jug, not the carton.
The
The
jug.
jug. Oh, I was thinking, like, the little cartons, like, you get when you're a little kid.
No.
Yeah,
So if I had to guess, it's probably because, let's say you get milk in one of those jugs for a while, it'll eventually like sour and the gas will release, and that bubble there will keep it from actually bursting the jug open.
So
Is that right?
it's like not really right, but I'll accept it anyways.
Bang, science.
But so what I was mentioning before was the structural integrity of the milk jug. The milk jug will literally just what will it do? Sag, kind of. Like it'll crush into like it'll crush
Yeah, there's a word for
in
that. though.
transportation. Yeah, I can't think of the word for it, but
Condense? No.
no, it'll like
What-
destruct a little bit.
what word are you trying to come up with?
We don't know.
Collapse.
Collapse. It'll collapse
Implode.
unless there are those divots in there to hold it up.
So
Really?
there's structural
Yeah.
divots.
There's structural integrity divots.
I
How
have
much
no
can a milk
idea.
jug weigh before it rips apart?
That's a question for the internet. I don't have that answer. That should be our hashtag for the day.
All right, what is it?
Uh,
Can we talk about our hashtag?
yeah, let's
I
talk
think
about it.
I think what happened was we had the hashtag idea last time,
Uh-huh.
and it didn't work because you tweeted it out and nobody else.
I know.
All right.
Things just happen like
We
that
have to figure out a
sometimes.
way to get this podcast outside of Podbean
Right.
so people can listen to it without downloading an app.
Apple Music.
We go Apple Music, we go Spotify,
There you
YouTube.
go, Spotify. I know you have to pay to get stuff on Spotify, though.
How much does it give stuff on Spotify?
I don't know.
Is it worth it? And can we get the P card for it?
The P card.
Oh, yes, the P card. I'm well familiar.
With the P card?
Definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
So that was basically what I wanted to discuss first. Sean Strain came prepared with a full list of things to discuss.
I love how our interviewers are always like, yeah, I was prepared for the show. I literally wrote down 3 things listening in class. And like, yep, this is good enough.
Well, this was stuff that was really bothering me anyway, personally. Keeping me up at
Grinds my
night.
gears.
Just really grinds my gears. Really, I was dealing with a situation earlier in the day in which one of my friends was lost. I didn't know where to go. I told him, find some moss. Moss always faces north. And that's when I realized.
Where
and
was
this
he lost?
Romo's.
That's fair. It's a long walk.
Right. There's lots of moss.
But
in
moss
Texas.
always faces north. And that's when it hit me. And it has bothered me since. What if you're at the North Pole? Where does the moss go? Where does it face?
It wouldn't be moss in the North Pole. It's too cold.
That's not what I asked. I
Yeah,
mean,
we
but
asked
like,
where would it face?
but where would the moss face? Would it
Straight up.
straight up? Is
Straight
straight up still north?
Just wherever way Santa's house is.
Yeah.
I'd say like
I don't
Santa's
think straight
house
up is still north. Santa's house?
is probably the most northern point. Therefore, the North Pole would face all of Santa's house unless the moss was inside of Santa's house, in which case the moss would probably just be really sad.
You think Moss would be unhappy living with Santa Claus? Do you think Santa Claus would be a good roommate?
I think Santa Claus is really depressed for like 6 months and then realizes, like, oh, it's almost Christmas time. Let's get back in action here.
Do you think he procrastinates?
Yes.
You think he does?
By a million.
Okay.
You ever seen Rudolph? Obviously.
I guess he's got like that army, like to make toys for him. What does
What
Santa
is, Santa
do?
does nothing. Santa
is
just reaps the.
Santa's-
Santa's like every coach ever, where like his team wins a championship. He goes, "Oh, I won a ring. Look at me. You didn't do anything. Your team won a championship." That's just sad.
Jeez, that is
Santa, man.
probably the most devastating thing I've heard all week. All right, now I have a tweet that I tweeted from my
Oh boy.
secret Twitter account,
This
which
is exciting.
is just my ideas, all filed onto one Twitter account.
I would just like to say real quick that she stole this idea from me. I carry a notebook in my back pocket. Well, I used to. It broke.
In your back pocket.
In my back pocket. Anytime I had a really good idea, gets written down in that notebook, little illustration. It was a wild time.
They're really
That was a
funny.
hard
It's a
month.
picture.
What? Can you explain one of them to us?
Let me see. What was your favorite one? You really liked one of them.
It was the one that we probably can't talk about on air.
Well, there we go. That was fun.
What?
That was quick.
I don't know which one she's
All right,
referring
back
to.
to you.
Anyway, back to Kestra. I
Back
just
to
wanted
the
to say
tweet.
she is riding my wave.
Anyways, I'm just still riding the wave because the notebook isn't broken. Because it's Twitter. It'll
What
never
if,
break.
well, Kesha, what happened if Twitter crashed? Like, what would
Twitter? If Twitter crashed, I
Like,
would
just
just
done
start
for-
saying some
like,
insane
down for a day.
things. It would be so bad. I would actually probably have to take that day off. That would not be a day in which I would show my face on campus. But anyway, so this tweet, I tweeted one day ago precisely. I tweeted it at 4:10 p.m. Oh my gosh, it's 4:10 p.m. right now. I tweeted it exactly a day ago. Wow. I'm going to cry. Okay, anyways, I tweeted, if you wrap camouflage tape around your earbud wires, you can have AirPods too. And I think that's my motivation for the next couple months because you can always have AirPods if you try hard.
You already own AirPods.
I know, but for people
Yeah.
who don't, I can only imagine the struggle that you're facing day in and day out.
Listen, if somebody doesn't have AirPods, it's not that big a deal.
But think about you
Well-
could have AirPods if you tried hard enough.
But if you did have AirPods, maybe it would change your life. Maybe you just can't
I
envision.
think it would. I don't listen to
change.
music enough. I don't
Really?
usually wear like headphones or AirPods or anything like that. Or
Interesting.
earbuds.
Sometimes I wear them, no music. That way people just leave me alone.
I do that in the newsroom all the time.
Yeah.
I'll sit there and like I'll pretend like be watching a video while I'm just like taking a nap in the one chair, like and just zone out for like 45 minutes to an hour.
It's a
Put
good
headphones
napping
on.
spot in there. My desk in the office is actually
By the way, I read a book on your desk this weekend.
a book on my desk.
Yeah.
On my desk?
Yeah.
Written about the desk or sitting upon the desk?
I was
Yeah.
sitting upon the desk
Oh.
while I was reading
There
a
we
book.
go.
I was thinking biography of the desk.
So my desk, let me explain to you, is like a sofa-style chair.
Ooh.
It's a
with
beautiful
nice
chair.
wooden armrests.
Ooh, what kind of wood? Nice mahogany?
No, probably an oak.
An oak?
Maybe a
Ooh.
pine.
Ooh, softwoods.
Yes.
That's interesting.
It
That's a
is.
bold choice for a chair.
I know. That's
Yeah.
why I just felt drawn to it when I went there one day.
We locked eyes across the room.
Can I say something? You might be the only person who actually sits in those chairs.
That's why
I work in. I'm in the room 7 days a week, probably, which is terrible for my health. But yeah, you're probably the only person that sits in those chairs regularly.
But it's such a good spot. It's like center of the front of the room. You get to
Centaur?
use what?
You say centaur?
I said center.
Okay, there's centaur.
Maybe it was just my accent.
Yeah, we can play it back later, find out.
We'll figure it out.
So I sit there because behind me I have the lovely keyboard tapping of Sam Anthony.
Actually, not anymore.
I know.
It's Logan Canary now.
I know. Isn't it Canary?
Well, that's my phone has it as Canary.
Okay. Well, I'll call him that too. Anyways, so I hear the lovely tip tapping of Logan Canary behind
No,
me.
he'll be listening to South Park and Seinfeld episodes.
No.
That's all that kid does.
No.
I love Logan as a person, but Logan's work ethic really, I can't say it on there.
That's really good. Anyways, so as I was explaining, I used the chair, sofa-styled chair with the pine wood arm handles.
Rests.
Those two. As my desk because nobody else is going to use them as desks. I want to cherish that chair. Cherish that chair.
So you just discovered
what
something.
it has because I feel like it deserves it. It's been sitting there long enough. Do you get chills?
What?
Did you just get chills?
No, I realized I cracked my knuckles and I could hear it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll do a lot of things. Wait till you start eating in this room, and then you realize how much you eat.
No food or drink allowed, sir.
I run this place.
Definitely not drinking.
I bring views in.
That's true. He does bring views in. I don't bring any views. He brings all the views. How many views did our last episode get?
I don't know.
I didn't even look.
I don't think I can figure that out.
All right. I think we should talk about the next thing on your list, Sean Strain.
Oh, this one. It is a 30-minute podcast. I don't know if we have enough time to discuss all the intricacies of Cars theory.
What?
Cars, like the Pixar movie, 2006.
Yes, love the Pixar movie.
So, I am a history major. My group of history major friends, we've been discussing this a lot. Who?
Jonah Hoy. Blonde hair.
I do know him, yes.
I love Jonah Hoy. My dude.
Jonah. Yes.
Yes, Jonah.
Jonah as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Anyway, he has never quite involved himself in these conversations, but he has been present for them. He will be aware. So, in Cars, there is a character named Sarge. Are you familiar?
Yes.
Sarge, for those playing along at home, is a World War II Army Jeep.
World War II? Yeah, I guess so.
World War II era. They stopped
Korea,
using Willis Jeeps after 1984, I think, is when they stopped using them. But anyway, he's World War II. Yeah.
Vietnam,
which confirms that there are wars in the Cars universe, which makes you start to think, perhaps history in the Cars universe is mirroring history in the Humans universe.
Wow, this is pretty deep.
Which, when you go down that line of logic,
because Fillmore is a hippie.
Fillmore's a hippie, and he's the VW minibus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He calls Lightning McQueen a fascist, which means fascism existed. Who's the most famous fascist?
Hitler.
Adolf Hitler, which means that war was waged for Hitler and Hitler's policies. I'll let you imagine what that means in the Cars universe on its own.
I get where you're going with the fascist thing, but is there a car Hitler? Is that what you're implying here?
There are images of car Hitler out there on the internet, and the internet has never lied to me. So I can't. No, Cars, dude, Pixar Cars.
Wait, no. Can we talk about? There's a headline of a news article here.
Oh my lord!
The Cars universe continues to suggest the existence of car Hitler.
It truly does, and the World War II thing is confirmed by the movie Planes, which, as I think we're all familiar, is the same universe as Cars. Yes.
Yes.
In Planes, there is a scene.
Did they do a Planes Cars? Are there any cars in Planes?
I've never seen Planes
cars?
myself. I've just seen the specific clip.
Yeah, it was the fight, the dogfight in it.
Yeah, the dogfight. There is a F4U Corsair character. Yes, Kestra has found the picture of Cars Hitler.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is an old Mercedes with a mustache on the grill.
As a co-host / producer of this podcast, we do not condone any Nazi references outside of this room. So yeah, please don't become like fascists and start your own rebellion groups. Thank you.
Well, now that
Real
that's
talk.
out of the way, so there is a dogfighting scene in Planes, which I think the creative director actually confirmed is the same universe as Cars. And so that confirms that there is
it's from
combat.
the makers of Cars. So
It's from the
kinda
makers
has
of
to
Cars,
be.
and I think it's the same like creative director, and I think he did confirm
Yeah.
it was the same one.
Yeah.
But then it brings up the good point of how far back does history in the Cars universe go? Because like if you think about it, the first thing that can be really called a car didn't pop up in our timeline until about 1880.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is that just when history started, or were there cars or other vehicles?
Was there
like
a
a wagon or a
consciousness there
stagecoach?
before Cars? It wouldn't be
It could have been like a
stagecoaches
collective
because stagecoaches would have
because
been
they're
like
powered by horses. Exactly.
horses and
yeah.
people.
They're not a true vehicle. They're like a
Huh.
yeah.
But do cars mimic human? Because if
That's
the
what he's
case-
saying,
If
is
that's
that-
the case, then it starts way earlier than that when humans began to.
Well,
exist.
that's the main question. Like, is there a Cars, Adam and Eve? Like, if you subscribe to that
And then
timeline,
the
did cars
people-
evolve from something else,
the
as
people
humans
started
possibly
riding
did?
in the
Did-
cars when
Good
cars
point.
would have existed. You hearing what
There's,
Oh, I
I'm
hear
but
what
there's
you're
no
saying.
humans in the
Checking out
Cars universe.
So my question is an ulterior timeline, or is like some other kind of thing?
Interesting.
It's just a parallel universe.
It's just a parallel universe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I follow.
I feel like it's rather limited though, like as far as when, what.
This is Sean Straight's first history announcement
Conspiracy
to the world
theory.
as a person, as a history major, this is the first.
Good
tangible
luck,
thing.
buddy.
Hey, watch out! Next year I'm gonna be writing a thesis for my major. It's gonna be on this. So
Are you joking?
Can
am
it
I?
please be on this theory? It'd be
It
amazing.
actually should be.
I would definitely read it. I can't read this. It's a little difficult. I had a question for you. Since you are the interview,
Okay.
how much time do we have left, Kestra?
We have a lot of time left. We are
Great.
On 6,
This is the
17 minutes.
question that's been floating through my brain for a while because Kestra brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
Are carrier pigeons real?
Carrier pigeons. How can we know?
I found an article that says that they are.
I
They
found
are.
an article that says that they're not.
But you can
Carrier
train birds.
Okay, so we're
you can't
saying
train
like.
them that much.
Yes, you can.
They don't speak English.
Can we get Dr. Jones in here to figure this out?
Dr.
All right.
Jones
Okay,
is a
maybe.
doctorate of the art.
That doesn't
styles.
matter.
It has nothing
Me
to
and
do with
Doc
carrier
Jones sat there for
pigeons.
15 minutes and explained why hot dogs are not sandwiches, and I believed him. And I firmly believe that hot dogs are not sandwiches anymore because of Dr. Jones.
All right, now here's the thing. I was thinking passenger pigeons, not carrier pigeons. Could you explain?
So
As
yeah,
well
carrier
for, like-
pigeons like pigeons that deliver like messages from people.
Oh yeah, no, they're definitely real.
No.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
No, they're not real.
Think about this though. You can
Yo, hold
definitely
on.
do it in a city environment. You can't do it like over like great spans of like distance, but like you can definitely do it within
But
like
they
a
used
block.
them in the war. They used them in the war. They flew across seas. You're telling me that suddenly they can't do that because they're not. They're not real. They're
Well,
not
have you
real.
ever seen the documentary Valiant?
No.
It's about a very brave carrier pigeon in the First World War.
Really.
Right.
It's
so it's made
it's one of my
up.
favorite documentaries. Not made up. No,
made
it's
up.
it is a documentary.
A do-
It is. It's real. Kesh.
It is a documentary.
Let it happen. You have to let it happen.
No, let me explain.
Accept
my
the
beliefs.
truth.
Let me explain why it's not real. Let me explain.
All right.
Okay, so you have this carrier pigeon, right?
Yeah, so they're real.
No, I'm saying in your head, imagine a carrier pigeon.
Okay,
Because I've
I got
never
one.
seen one. So, have you ever seen a carrier pigeon? Have you ever
I've seen a
touched one?
demonstration of a pigeon like returning to a home nest.
Doves do it all the time.
Have you actually?
Yes, down
I've
in-
seen it too.
no, you haven't.
Okay, listen. You want to know the story?
What?
I was at a funeral, right? My uncle's funeral. They had doves, right?
Yep.
And the guy who owned the doves lived like 6 miles away from the place. We had to I had to drive past his house to get back home after the funeral. The doves flew from like the funeral site, flew back to this guy's house and were on the roof. I kid you not, I saw it firsthand.
I'm
Well, that's the
upset.
same principle as like carrier pigeons. Basically, they have a home nest. You take them away from it when you need to send a message back to where their home nest is, say like the headquarters of the army or something. I'm just using a military example because it's pretty understandable. Then you take the pigeon out of its cage, write down what you need HQ to understand, release the pigeon, it flies back to its nest.
See,
and
my
then the message is there.
understanding of a carrier pigeon
Okay.
was that they could fly wherever and whatever.
No,
they don't
it's
have
a,
that like that sensitive.
It's
I
a
thought they were
No.
real.
it's a very limited system of communication. It was
So it was like you had to bring a pigeon with you
yes.
and anticipate that you were gonna need it to send a letter home, and then just get the pigeons, and then they would never come back.
Well, if you like traveled back to that place, you get
someone would bring it back to you.
Yeah,
that's the idea.
The
idea you bring like
I mean,
a dozen pigeons, and then you have a dozen chances to send a message.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Unless they all die.
It's not like they just take the pigeon and whisper in its ear,
That's what I thought.
"Go to Paris," and then release the pigeon.
Enlightenment.
That's why I thought that it was like they can't speak English.
Do birds have ears? Birds definitely have ears, right?
Yeah, birds have little ear holes.
Okay, I didn't know.
Now I feel like a dum-dum.
Welcome to the rest of the world.
No, I mean like how are
Coming
you?
of age.
What? Oh,
I just came of age.
You just came of
There you
age.
go.
That's it, people.
I did it. All right. What's next on this bullet point list?
Oh, I
topics
was
do
just
you
thinking.
have?
I just have 4 little bullet points.
Okay.
My
They're
next
not little
one's
bullet points. They progressively get bigger as the sheet goes
they
on.
do. The first one was a dot. The last one was a circle that could be mistaken for an O.
All right, fair.
So really, I just kind of wanted to ask. Like today is April Fool's Day. Like,
Yeah.
have either of y'all heard of any good pranks?
Yeah,
done any good pranks? Been
I
the
read
victim?
Donald Trump's Twitter feed today, so that's definitely a fool's joke.
hilarious.
But other than
We're getting
that,
political.
not really. No.
Ooh, spicy.
Some guy tried to convince me that Tiger Woods is retiring after this year. But that's
that
a
true?
lie. No.
Okay. I guess it's an
Um,
April Fool's joke.
well, it's not a good one. But yeah,
It's not.
my only joke was the Donald Trump thing. But I'm done now.
That's pretty
For
good.
me, I had somebody say to me over Snapchat today that they were transferring schools, and I had like no reason not to believe them. So then I was just like, "Oh, that's a bummer. I'm gonna miss ya."
See ya.
And I think they just wanted to hear that I was gonna miss them, and then they were like,
Oh, no.
"April Fools, I got you good." And it was like, darn, dang, nabbit, you really got me. that's what happened
Yeah.
to me.
I've only really seen a single April Fool's thing in person. I've seen some stuff on Twitter, obviously, because that's most of my life. But
Me.
no, just at home, someone put like someone's desk from their room in the stairwell of Concord. And I looked at it, and they had put a sign that said free stuff. And, like, I was already rifling through it, like, trying to figure out what I wanted when I realized today's April 1st. This is definitely not, like, consented to.
This is
So I just
bad.
kept on my way.
Wow.
But you know what? I almost took that Happy St. Patrick's Day button. I really did.
I
almost
would
did.
have.
Yeah.
I I'll take the whole thing.
Yeah, Happy St. Patrick's Day,
New
it said.
desk, sweet.
I don't need a desk. I've got an arm-rested chair. That is
And
built
a
Made
like
of
side
pine,
table.
made of pine.
And a nice granite side table.
Yeah, it was a good. One.
Oh, whoa. I didn't know there was granite involved here.
it's
That
nice
is luxurious.
I don't think it's granite. It's just a
Wait,
stone
there's
table.
granite?
Of your desk table is like
The table next
is
to
like,
my
I don't
desk.
think it's granite, but it's like a stone table. Yeah.
It's definitely.
It's definitely
stone.
better than my desk.
You know, we're going to say it's granite.
We're gonna say it's granite.
We're going to say it's granite.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, that's what we do here. Except we've already made it because we're on this podcast. All right, the last thing I really want Sean to explain, because in my head this seems like a really good idea.
All right. So what I have just written down on this paper, it came to me in a brief moment of clarity. Animal Battle Royale. So here's how I'm envisioning it. We're talking like Fortnite style, for those of y'all that don't know, like Battle Royale.
Never
like
played
that term.
Fortnite.
Never played Fortnite? But you know the concept, yes?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay.
Yes.
So
sir.
I'm saying we take one of every species of land animal that is currently extant, meaning like it's not extinct, like it's still alive. We drop them on an island. Who's the last one standing?
Which bird? Which animal would it be?
So
Yeah,
we're talking
what animal
like,
wins
we're
in the
talking
fight?
like just land animals, like are birds also involved in this
Yeah,
situation?
you know what?
Like, flightless birds, yes, but are like regular birds that can actually fly because they're not stupid.
Let's say terrestrial animals.
Okay.
So things
So
like
flightless
a
birds.
turkey, even though it can fly, like it is terrestrial, really. It
It
spends its
doesn't
life on the
fly.
ground.
What about bees?
Bees? No.
Okay.
No, they're in trees. No. I'm gonna take a. I'm gonna say. What are those roly polies?
Isopods.
Isopods.
What?
Nobody's gonna care enough to look for them.
You know, that's a good point. You know, if you get an isopod, it's hiding in some rotten wood. Like, who's going to look for that? See, I was thinking...
shopping the word apart?
I think I had too conventional a line of thinking. I was thinking like something like an elephant, because what single animal is going to be able to take an elephant down? What single animal is going to be able to take that elephant down?
Oh, yeah.
Because it's one
That's
of
true.
every species. It's not like you have a
What's
pack,
an
a
elephant?
herd of
I'm
lion-
saying that
of
here's the thing. Though,
pride.
it's like there would be nothing that happens immediately because like
These animals have been pumped full of testosterone. They want blood.
then if that's the case,
Yeah, no, we're imagining these animals want to
I'm
win.
taking a sea turtle.
Sea turtle, but they don't live. They're not
They're
land.
not
We're
Oh.
talking like land animals. That's
Oh.
specifically to like
Like
exclude
land
like.
only.
Well, yeah, because like think about it, at the end of the day, you've got like
I
an
can't
elephant
take
versus
an
a blue
alligator.
whale.
I can't take an alligator.
Well, I don't
they're
know because
amphibious.
that's rough because like they spend like a lot of their life on land, a lot of their life in the water. I'm gonna say
Because if I can, I'm definitely taking that to the win because it can. Yeah. That's
It can. Yeah.
you're thinking an
It can
alligator.
drown like all their opponents. Yeah.
You're thinking the alligator can
By a
take
million.
out like an African elephant.
by a million, yes.
An alligator.
Okay.
No.
He
Yes.
just stomps him, man, and he's gone.
Yeah.
It's an
How's it
ex-alligator.
gonna get up there? It's gonna just nibble at its toes.
Yeah, that's the plan.
That's the plan.
Do they even
It doesn't
jump?
have
Give him
to
a
kill it.
fierce
It's just to
hangnail,
slow
man.
it down. Nothing else to kill it, and then keep going here. An alligator would win, I think, 100%.
I don't know.
I think alligators are crafty. enough to
Elephants
do it.
also have the longest lifespan, don't they? Don't they?
No,
have-
alligators, but
no,
like,
alligators and like a lot of reptiles will
Alligators and sea
outlive.
turtles live like 190.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Alligators are actually technically dinosaurs still too.
Oh.
They haven't evolved.
Interesting.
Fun story. I watched an alligator eat a cow in Florida one time.
On purpose.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, not
I'm
on
sure the
purpose.
alligator did it on
Not on
purpose. I
purpose.
meant
It
was the
wasn't on
cow fed
purpose.
to it by humans, or did it catch a cow?
it just kind of like we were sitting there and we're looking at this giant alligator. It was in the water. It was like a class trip in Florida
Mhm.
in the Everglades, and we're on a fan boat. And this guy goes, "Look at that giant alligator over there. Look at that cow. Watch this." And he just, I was like, "Oh, that's great. That's cool." Just killed it. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
That's
That's cool.
absolutely devastating.
It was actually kind of
Why
interesting.
thinks that they can do
Th-
that.
then we ate alligator later. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it is pretty good. I've had it before in like a soup.
Yeah, it's like a shrimp
I
chicken
had
mix.
it before
Yeah, it was
changed
interesting.
to being vegetarian across the street at Buford's Kitchen.
I didn't know they had
Fred's
alligator.
Kitchen.
They had alligator
When did you make the
tacos.
decision to become vegetarian, and why?
Okay, so this is a long-winded story. I'll clean it up for about 2 minutes.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Go.
Okay, I can do it. So basically, there's not that many good meat options here. The chicken looked yellow when I came onto campus.
True story.
Especially my sophomore year, the chicken looked extra yellow. And
Like
I
your
was
sweater.
Yeah, like my sweater. If you can picture a yellow sweater right now, that's what I'm wearing.
Her sweater is yellow.
It's
I
a
can
Pittsburgh
confirm.
Steelers sweater, so just picture that.
Picture the Pittsburgh Steelers yellow sweater. Now, that's basically where it stemmed from. And then I got really sad thinking about how I was, like, condemning hatred towards animals by eating them instead of letting them live. That's what I do with straws now, too. I usually drink my drinks from the rim instead of using straws because I saw a video of a turtle getting a straw pulled out of its nostril because straws are not able to be broken down by machines. That's why
No, because they're too flimsy.
they're too flimsy and they get caught in like the teeth of like the recycling plants, so you can't recycle straws. It's crazy. Anyways, that's the end of my story as to why I became a vegetarian. Also, why I don't use straws.
That was actually kind of quick.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm actually.
You're
That's
impressed with
good.
me?
I'm impressed at how quickly you said that.
All right, now let's talk about an idea I had on my Twitter as well.
Okay.
So this tweet just says, "Food trucks, baby." Basically, what I was thinking about when I was going through it in my head, I was thinking about these food truck festival things that happen every Friday at my hometown. And you could just go to the food trucks, you could grab some grub, and you could just chill out and listen to music. Does that sound like something that you would enjoy?
Yeah.
Honest, fun
like a-
story here. Yesterday, after my 3 days of not sleeping for more than 4 or 5 hours at a time, I was sitting there in the newsroom talking to my former Century Media mom, Morgan Torsha. She had to leave, graduated, unfortunately.
She had to leave.
Yeah. And
They forced her out.
we talked about like her day-to-day life, and like every Thursday they have a food truck. They have food truck Thursday at her work, right? At her job.
Are you kidding?
I love it. And I was like, you know what we should do is they should just put a food truck by the gazebo on like a Wednesday afternoon,
Uh-huh.
and they'd make bank, right?
They would.
Because you know, like I mean, I don't live on campus, so it's kind of nice. But like, people that live on campus that can't like get out of campus like regularly would just love to have something.
And I will say, even though I can like get off campus regularly, like if I want to, like I have a car on campus, it would just be nice to like.
I'm gonna start screaming.
Hey, you made wet noises
What's
the last
going
time.
on?
That was the most awkward 5 seconds.
After asking you if it was okay to make wet
Podcast.
noises, I made wet noises. Luke Yost is out here slamming his phone off the desk. And it's terrible.
I can't hear it, so it's actually kind of
Well,
like,
you should
relaxing.
be able to hear it, and it's really sad. It's really sad to listen to. It's going to make the viewers cry.
I think
What were we talking
Please
about?
don't cry.
food trucks.
Food trucks.
Okay, you had the floor?
Oh yeah, I mean I was mid thought. I don't remember what I was saying.
Great job.
Oh no,
Kestra.
I remember now.
It's your fault.
Even if we, it was like what he said. Like even if we have like a food truck like on Thursdays by the gazebo, like it would just provide like a break from the monotony that
the
is like
monotonous of
Romo's.
just eating Romos and Catholic.
Yeah,
every week.
exactly. I think it would just be
A
even like
monopoly.
one day a week.
It's a monopoly.
That's
they have
not
a monopoly
no.
on us with their food.
I mean,
That's not quite
sorta
what I was
not
saying.
true.
But it's still true.
It's no, because there's reasonably you can be able to get off campus with other options.
Yeah.
Now, if like they like
Yeah.
owned us, then yes, it's a monopoly.
Yeah. That's all I have to say about that. That's what
Is
I
that
have
a
to
wet
say
noise?
about
Are we allowed to do
We'll
that?
cut
that.
that
Yeah, you're
out.
allowed to do a wet noise right now.
Oh, I don't know. Oh man, you can't put me on the spot like that.
Oh, by the way, our moist meter. If have we talked about the moist meter on
Oh
the show?
no! Oh, wait, let's talk about.
We lost a couple moists today.
No.
Because who didn't like baseball? Who wasn't a big fan of baseball?
I don't know.
Somebody came in and shut the baseball and the Pirates game off, and I got really upset. And I was like, you know what? We're losing moists.
Okay, let me explain the moist meter to Sean.
I'd like to hear about the moist meter.
All right,
yes.
so everyone in the audience as
I
well,
thought this was
listen,
common
you can
knowledge.
make your own moist meter at home.
You
you
can make your own moist meter.
So it's like a thermometer shape, and it starts at 6, goes to 9.
Well,
But
what
in
happens
between-
at 5?
No.
It
Listen.
starts at
Oh,
Six
6 to go.
goes to
Okay,
six.
never mind. I
Goes
just
to
heard that
9.
it goes to 9. Okay.
Starts at 6, goes to 9, and in between so it goes 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 2 6. One is a high 6 and one is a low 6.
Well, there are also two. Wait, so is 10 on the scale 9?
No, good.
Is it
Stops
goes
at
just
9.
go 9?
It goes
9?
to 9.
Okay.
Jeez, just listen.
Pay attention.
And it goes by squirts. So one squirt is adding 1 point to the moist meter.
Hey, don't laugh. It's a real thing.
This is a serious matter.
It's a legit subject. Keep it.
I'm sorry. I have an illness that makes me laugh uncontrollably at random points.
It's called Tourette's.
I wasn't trying. See, there it is again.
All right, so, and basically anytime I feel obliged to add to the moist meter, I just add. Once we hit the number 9, it goes back down to 4?
3.
3. It goes back down to
Yeah.
3, and then we start up again.
You can never go like completely down to 6, the first low 6 in moists.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't go
Once
down
you
to low
start,
6.
you can like live at like low 6 moist forever
Mhm.
if you just have a really like crappy life.
Yeah.
But then like once you get past that situation, you're golden.
You're golden. So we're golden. We're working.
So
where are we? Now? 7?
We're at like 6.5 or
6
7.
and a half. You can't go
Wow.
by half points. There was a brief moment of time in which I changed the rules.
Now, is
you
this-
can only add 0.75 at a time.
Is this
Put
high
it
6.5 or low 6.5?
This is a
A high 6.5 because you
High
can't you
6.5.
can't go back to low 6.5. So like you can't like if you're going back, you have to stop at 3.
I just remembered
Oh,
what we called
okay.
9. We called it soaked.
Yes, 9 is soaked. If we, yeah.
Okay, here's my goal. Let's get this podcast soaked.
That's a good idea. We should have our own podcast.
Is that our
also.
hashtag? Get soaked.
Nope. Our podcast
No.
is not. We should hashtag high 6.5.
High 6.5.
Yeah. And then the goal is
How
to
do
get
you?
soaked.
Okay.
Wait, no. Hashtag get soaked. Yeah, that could be it.
Hashtag
Yeah.
get
the goal
soaked.
is to
I mean
Okay,
like
okay.
yeah.
mission get soaked is our hashtag.
Mission, colon.
Mission.
No colon and hashtag.
No colon?
No, it
Oh,
just says
that's my
mission.
bad, that's my
get
bad.
soaked.
So the hashtag is, and
don't
write this
use Twitter,
down
do
on a
you?
piece of paper or
I'll
tweet
type
right,
it down. I'll
right
type
away.
it down.
Type it down. Hashtag.
Type it. Is type it down the right way to say it?
Hashtag mission MissionGetSoaked. Mission gets soaked. Did I spell
Congratulations.
it right?
I will say,
yes.
as she was typing that out, not typing out, she was drawing it on a table. She did look to me for confirmation as she was spelling out mission.
Yes, you did get it right. Don't
Okay, I
worry.
wanted to make sure because it didn't make sense because it's mission, not Miss Cyan, but it's still pronounced.
It's got like
Why would it
those two
change?
S's.
It's like fashion, mission. Okay, never mind. It makes sense. Never mind. I'm done. Oh, we're also at 35 minutes. This is insane. We're doing a great job.
Ooh, that is 5 minutes more.
I know, we're
than
gonna have
30.
to
Yeah,
cut out
we can't time a show. I don't have to cut out anything.
No, I'm just kidding.
Next week, y'all should get like a timer.
No.
No, we don't
And
need a timer.
regard.
No,
oh,
because then
okay.
that just like limits. Because that's just stressful.
Yeah,
Like, you know how hard it is to like fit a show in a half hour.
it's true.
Yeah, no,
It's
I mean,
terrible. You're listening to Around the Rim. You should. It's the other podcast I'm on.
okay.
But this is the primary podcast.
I'm not gonna lie.
This is my
I don't know
primary
how to
focus right
access these.
Oh,
Oh.
well, we're
Yeah.
gonna tell you. So,
All right.
starting this week, and we can just we will go back in time. We'll throw up the YouTube. We are gonna start a Hecking Excited YouTube page. It's gonna have all of our podcasts live there, so you don't have to download the Podbean app anymore. And you know what that means, right?
Are we
can
gonna have
swear
face
now.
cams or?
No, why
Oh.
would we do
I
that?
want face
Well, it's
cam.
YouTube. I mean,
We can
like, I
live
figured-
stream on YouTube, yeah.
Okay. Keep talking.
Well, all right. So yeah, so now you can go to YouTube, just look up Hecking Excited, and you can listen to all of our podcasts.
Okay.
It'll just be a graphic on the screen. You just
This
gotta
is
live with it.
episode 2, right?
Yeah.
This is episode 2. We'll have episode 1 though.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
Good talk.
That's great. Next week, I do have a guest set up for us. Her
Who's
name
that?
is Morgan Hamilton.
I know Morgan Hamilton.
And Morgan Hamilton will be here speaking with us about some really cool things. She's a really cool person. And I wanted to just set that up so that people know that there is some kind of organization in this place. There's not a whole lot of it, but this is something tangible.
Zero.
She wanted me to announce it on air.
She wanted you to announce it?
Yep. So I announced it.
Yeah.
It's out there in the world.
It's out
We
there.
might
Just-
have a second guest, Mia.
Mia?
Khalifa.
Nope.
Oh.
Mia
Ham. Mia
Com-
Ham? Soccer player?
Commendator.
I have no idea.
Mia was also in a class with Morgan and I. A lot of these people are going to be my
Interesting.
classmates.
We interviewed Rachel Gress, your teammate, on CSC this week.
Yes, I demanded you interview her.
Yeah, it was actually a good interview.
She's a great interviewee.
Not a lot. Not gonna lie. Pretty good time.
Well, on that note, thank you for coming to our show. Thank you for watching. Thank you for using #MissionGetSoaked.
It's in the description below.
It will be in the description.
Hit the
below.
Patreon. Donate to the cause. We need your help.
We will all be hashtagging it except for Luke because Luke has an image to uphold. But for
Real
the
facts.
rest of us, we will be hashtagging it because we don't care if we get employed or not. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
And the